Hey, what's up guys? Sean Chinesing here with my home group. Today I'm going to talk about how to invest in real estate without having to put 20 to 25% down. Okay, but before we start, I would really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe to my channel, as I'm going to be posting a lot of real estate content for you guys, whether it's market data, what's going on in our local Phoenix market. I have to make a video on the current real estate market as it has shifted since the past 2 years. So stay tuned for that. Okay, let's talk about investing in real estate. So before we talk about how to invest in real estate without putting 20% down or 25% typically on an investment property, I want to talk about why I believe real estate. Obviously, I'm biased because I am in real estate. I feel real estate is the best investment, right? For a couple of reasons. So real estate, obviously, so if you buy a stock, let's say, right? You buy a stock, so you buy Tesla stock, it's $100 a share, whatever it is. I don't know what it is now, but I'm sure it's a lot more. You buy the stock, it goes up, you sell when it's higher or whatever, you pull out the money, you take the earnings, right? You pay taxes on it, great, awesome. Now, real estate, and obviously there's Bitcoin and crypto and other ways to invest. But why I like real estate. So you buy real estate if you buy it right. So you should be getting benefits in multiple ways, not just one way of just stock or crypto appreciating, right? So in real estate, obviously one way is it appreciates, which is a great one, right? So if you buy a home at 200,000, well, let's be more realistic. If you buy a home at 500,000, and then in 5 years it's worth $700,000. Now you have that 100 to 200,000 in equity, right? So it appreciated, and you can pull that money, and if you sell, you have that money. Okay, that's one way. The other, if it's an investment and you're renting it out, you'll make monthly cash flow. Again, if you bought it right, you'll make monthly on it plus appreciation. Plus, third is you'll get tax savings, tax breaks on the money you're making as far as like the monthly income. So I believe investing in real estate is a great way, great tool to build financial freedom, right? But it's tough. Not everyone has 20 to 25% to put down on an investment property. So there is a way that you could invest in real estate if you haven't bought a home. It's like, and you're out there shopping for a home right now, let's say, for instance, you could get away with putting 3.5% down, right? So if you're going to buy a home, your first time you're buying a home, you could utilize a FHA loan, which is a first-time home buyer loan, right? You don't have to go as low as 3.5%. You could put 5%, 10% down, but that's typically an option for people who are buying their first home, right? So what I want you guys to do, if you're buying your first home, don't look at it as a home buy, as a buyer, but look at it through as an investor. So what do I mean when I say when you're searching for your home, look at it as an investment? So you have the 3.5% down payment you could put. If you live in that home, you have to live in it for at least a year, but check with your lender for local guidelines and stuff. If you live in the home for a year, you could leave, rent that house out to a tenant, and then go purchase another home with another FHA loan, okay? So what you could do is, as you're out shopping for your first home, don't look at it as your forever home or whatever. Look at it as an investor. So how can you look at a home as an investor? Well, first, since you're going to be living in it for at least a year, maybe a couple of years if you have a family or whatever and you're not trying to move every year, look at it as like, okay, can we live in here for a couple of years, right? And obviously, you have to time, you don't want to be timing the market to make sure like, okay, I could just go buy another house for the same price because the real estate market does change. So can I live in this for a couple of years? Okay, that's one. You look at it that way. And then you look at it, is this the right school district? Is this the right neighborhood or whatever it is for you? Because however you're looking at the home as a home buyer, a tenant is looking at it the same way, right? A tenant wants to make sure it's a nice neighborhood, close to the schools, parks, all these things, doesn't back a main road. So now you have to have your investor hat on and look through as an investor and say, okay, are tenants going to like this home and can I live in this? Then is this home going to make me money on top of the mortgage? So you ask your lender, on this particular property that I like, that I want to purchase, what is my mortgage payment? Let's say it's $2,000 a month. Okay, perfect. Then you talk to your real estate agent and you say, hey, real estate agent, how much would this house rent for right now? And what does the yearly rental appreciation look like, right? So let's say they say, hey, this house would rent for $2,500 and it looks like every year rent's appreciated around like 3 to 5%. Okay, perfect. So you know in a couple of years, the rents are gonna be a little bit higher if it's a high desirable area. So now you look at it, and I would go based on the numbers today, right? Because you don't wanna future forecast too much, right? Especially if you're new getting into investing and stuff. I wouldn't want you to like bank on it's gonna be higher, so you're trying to make the numbers work. Let's say it's $2,200 a month in rent, your mortgage is $2,000, but you know in the future it'll go up. I wouldn't play that game with your first property, right? So let's say you have that $500, $400, whatever it is, net cash flow that you would have. Then you look at, do tenants pay utilities mostly? So here, most places, tenants pay all utilities, right? Obviously it depends, but so you don't have utilities to pay for. Then it's like, what are the maintenance costs on this? Does it have a pool? I would probably stay away from a pool if it's going to turn into a rental. So now you break down the costs and you're like, okay, I'm going to end up with making $200, $300, $400 a month after all expenses. And you look at it, if I put 3.5% down on a $500,000 home, your out of pocket down payment will be $17,500, plus you'll have closing costs, but maybe now today you could negotiate a little bit of that. You have let's say $20,000 out of pocket. That's not a bad deal if you're going to be making $200, $300, $400 a month, right? And now you're going to purchase your next home, right? Now you have to save another, $20,000, which is not easy, but it's something you could do in a couple of years. And now this tenant is giving you monthly cash flow, paying down your mortgage, you're getting appreciation plus tax benefits. That's a great way to get into real estate investing, right? Without trying to put typically $100,000 to $150,000 down on that same property. Yeah, you'd make more cash flow, but it's tougher to save $100,000. That's what my wife and I did when we bought our first property. We saw that, hey, we're not going to be here long term. We're going to be here for a couple of years max. We ended up being there for actually 1 year exactly. And we were looking at it as an investor. Would this house rent? How would this look? What are the rental payment costs and all that? So that's how we went about it, and it's paid off for us. And we're going to continue to keep doing that. So that is a great way to invest in real estate without having to put so much money down. Now, of course, this does not work for everyone, because not everyone wants to move every couple of years or every year. And at some point, you can't do this forever. I believe there's a limit you could do this. But it is a great way to start, at least, right? And get a couple of properties under your belt and really start creating that financial freedom through real estate, right? Because right now, yeah, the market is shifting and changing, and you never know what's going to happen. But if you're going to hold on to these properties for the long haul, real estate has always gone up in value throughout the history of time. So as long as you're not in a jam and you have to sell, and you're planning on holding on to these for a long time, you should be in good place, right? Because I look at these as my retirement, right? So my properties are my retirement, and I'm not going to sell them anytime soon. I'm in my late 30s, so I'm still going to hold on to them for 20 plus years. And by then, that's when, it'll be my retirement. So I really hope this video helped. If you guys have any questions or anything that, I could help you guys out with, please let me know. I'd love to help in any way possible. And again, definitely double check with your lender and check out the guidelines and stuff like that, just to make sure you're in compliance, because you do have to intentionally live in the home for a year, and I definitely recommend it. at least a year. Also, it's just great because you get to see what's wrong with the property. So now when your tenants move in, you get everything fixed, and you kind of forecast any issues that may be coming up. So I really hope this video helped, and I really believe in real estate investing. This is one way to invest in real estate without having to think about a huge down payment. I'll come up with other videos as well on investing in real estate with more different strategies and stuff like that, because there's so many ways to invest in real estate. It's not the only way. So again, hope this video helped. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Please, again, like, comment, and share with anyone that you think this video would help. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.